CNBC-TV18 Budget 2026.
Back, we are getting you the voices of Gen Next on this budget 2026. The finance minister just concluded her budget speech. And I think to get the most honest reaction and zero filter reaction, I have with me the Gen Zs or the Gen Next who are going to give me their very organic and honest answers on what they feel about this budget. And because they had set a lot of expectations, so did the finance minister meet them midway, or what were the hits and misses of the budget? Let me start with you. How do you rate the budget?
I am Pranjal. I think the budget was good. There's some confusion right now, as we know the market is a little tanking, it's down. But I think my major concerns were healthcare, education, employment, and the new rare earth minerals. And all of them were appreciated by the financial minister and was taken care of. So I think it was a good budget.
You can use this. Yes, please.
I believe the budget was good as well, but I wanted more focus on defense and specifically trade, trade as well, because they should have addressed the falling rupee issue, because the purchasing power of the Indian consumer is reducing in the international markets.
It's a very valid point. Please.
I am Dilsha Chorasama, currently preparing for CFA Level 2. When it comes to budget, my two expectations were definitely met. One was the mental health, healthcare initiatives that is taken by the finance minister. That's really good to hear. And second was the focus on human capital, when she mentioned about increasing the IIT and IIM seats. So that definitely proves that our nation is going to have better graduates and better intellectual capital in the coming time. And the next best thing that I would like to highlight is the short-term tax on options that was increased from 0.02 to 0.05%. It's a good thing because it prevents, and protects retail investors who lose their capital and wipe out their complete capital in the options trading. So that's a good thing. But on the other hand, somewhere that I really would like to see more improvements and initiatives would be climate strategy that lacks carbon pricing. So something more stricter pricing could have been issued where the companies could trade permits, and it would encourage more ESG compliant manufacturing production of goods and services around.
Oh wow, the market is actually falling. What is your verdict on the budget?
Yeah, hi, I'm Vivan. I think the overall budget was really good, to be honest. But I see a significant growth in infra that will result in more job opportunities. And that is pretty much my key takeaway. Everything rest has been mentioned by her, so nothing more to add on.
So I'm Nikhil. I think the budget was really settled, but I think there should be a greater funding for rural health centers. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Devang Kapre. It was a very good budget, but according to me, the government has focused more on AI and women, so that's a very good thing about this.
Excellent. Yes.
Hi, my name is Avdut. Hi, my name is Avdut Kokati. I am from NM College. This budget was really good. Something I didn't like about the budget was the Honorable Finance Minister's decision to tax share buybacks. And something I really liked was the government's focus on reviving Buddhist centers in Northeast India. I personally am a history enthusiast, and I love government's focus on reviving our historical sites in Northeastern region. Thank you.
Very interesting.
Hi, I am Karan Khandelwal. I am from NM College. The budget was made, the major changes were made last year, and right now these are just small tweaks which will help with the betterment.
Hello, I'm Sami, and my take on budget is I was able to understand that government's new perspective. For example, we see that the government is slowly accepting that AI is also mentioned about the orange economy and the content creation. Government has brought in policies for that. So the government is slowly recognizing the growing importance of these sectors in our economy and is planning some initiatives for them. And also government plans to boost tourism, which is definitely an essential thing and has a lot of growth possibilities. So that I feel that the government is really focusing on the new areas.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Tanishq. Personally, I thought the budget was good.
Okay.
I think this entire month has been amazing for food and textile investors, with the FTA as well, and now in the budget also, I think a lot of focus was given to them as well. So I'm sure they're celebrating a great New Year's. But yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah.
Hi, I am Mayank. I don't think there were major tweaks in the budget this year, but yeah, overall a stable budget. I'm happy with it.
What was the best thing that you found about this budget?
Nothing major, but yeah, there were major changes and major investments in pharmaceuticals sector. So yeah, it was the major part, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Mangalam. I'm from NM College, and the main thing which I like that India is focusing more on encouraging more cultural things like promoting khadi products in the market, so that it has a stand, like India's culture has a stand in the global economic stance also. And well, what I didn't like about the budget is that the markets are reflecting what were the bad things. And what I expected is like more on the tech areas, I feel. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I am Ayan. I'm an FYJC from HR College. And overall, according to me, it was a very good budget. The main concern which I had put forward was the rural infrastructure, which our finance minister, Honorable Miss Nirmala, had increased like 12.2 lakh crore are now being put forward for rural infrastructure. And also there were many, like the government has a vast thinking. They have finally broadened their vision. Like I can see the vision. They are trying to put major efforts in AI and IIT industries, and also gaming and orange sectors, which are the future. There are many job employment opportunities, but although there were many letdowns, like there are no major efforts put towards like reducing the urban-rural difference.
Divide.
There were no major efforts put into that. That was my only letdown.
Although in the budget, the FM did mention that the priority will be tier 2, tier 3 cities developing the infrastructure. But yes, I get your point that the urban and rural divide is wide. Yes.
Hi, my name is Yuvraj. As per me, overall this budget was quite good. And this budget mainly focuses on long term. As per me, there should also be some reforms for short term also. And I expected that markets will boom, but opposite happened. Markets are down currently. So yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Hello, myself is Pashwa. Personally, I think the budget was very mid, but I appreciated the government's concern toward foreign cloud service providers. They gave them tax holiday for 2047, which is good for pushing towards digitalize India. And overall budget was mid. I didn't thought.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Nishika, and in my opinion, the budget was really good. And in fact, the government is almost spending around 40,000 crore for semiconductors, which is going to like increase jobs eventually. But one thing that was missing was like the support for the current youth. Like everything was decided for the long run, like nothing for the current youth, like nothing for the current Gen Zs, like all of us. And therefore, they should have focused more on like affordable education, healthcare, and all of that, like for the current generation, not for the long run only.
Okay.
My name is Kush. I found that the budget was good. It focused mainly on semiconductors and manufacturing industries. That's a good thing in the long run and for encouraging the youth. But what about the financial literacy in education sector, etc.? Many people don't know about taxation, etc., personal income. It is really hard to manage, etc. So they should promote that.
Fair point.
My name is Puneet. I think the budget was good, but major changes were brought the previous year, and I think they should have more focused on healthcare sector. And I find that their investment in semiconductor, the semiconductor mission 2.0 has increased, and also they provided the tax holiday for data centers till 2047. So I think that will boost employment in this country and will like overall just enhance the employment sector and just help with that. Job creation is a necessity right now.
Yeah. Okay. What according to you were the hits and misses of the budget?
Okay. Hello, my name is Pratiksha Kapil Purohit, and I like how the Union Budget 2026 will focus more on infrastructure, economic development, fiscal consolidation, and how Center will support the professional institutes like ICI and ICSI. The only thing that I didn't like that market fell down.
Hi, my name is Raj Parekh. Overall, I found the budget was good. I liked that various schemes were implemented for various sectors, and healthcare was good. The steps taken for healthcare was good, so I found it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Yuvraj Bhandari, and I think a couple of points that I really liked. First of all, the tax holiday on the companies that are setting up data centers in India. I think we need that. I think it follows from us being a nation of service provision to us actually creating IT innovation over here. I think one of the steps to attract foreign capital is to finally get the companies to come here, set up centers, give them tax holidays, and eventually we can learn from a China type model where they learn from Tesla and now they have their own BYD.
Yes.
I think that's a very big step. Number two would be, I really like that we're getting to the point where if you live on the internet, you know how much hate Indians get, the diaspora abroad. And I think it's a great thing for us to finally start exporting some of our culture. I think we have some of the richest cultural products. So in terms of, yoga was one, but khadi, a lot of tourist destinations are being set up, archaeological sites, the 15 so that's a great thing, I think. And eventually, we should have people coming in from abroad for medical tourism and so on and so forth. And I think one area where I think we really missed the mark is if we really want to be a nation where ease of business is something that is very easy for foreign corporations to do, for people abroad to invest money into, I think we really need to focus on kind of reforming the judicial system. I really think that there could be some reform in there so that people don't spend 15-20 years just going from court to court and have easy resolutions of business disputes and so on and so forth. So that was my takeaway.
Important points.
Hi, I am Dharya. The one thing I liked about budget was that the government have reduced the tariff on dutiable goods imported for personal use from 20 to 10%. So I think it's a great relief to individuals who are importing personal goods to reduce their cost.
Hi, my name is Parva Vora. I find that the budget was good. It was for long term and very strategic towards infrastructure, manufacturers, etc. And I felt that how the government projected that the deficit would be 4.3% is on track, and therefore I find that the budget was really good.
Okay, I'm so glad all of you spoke, and some of the most interesting points you guys have made, and very importantly that you also mentioned the shortcomings, that where we missed the mark. Now, just a show of hands, I just wanted to do a little dipstick here. Who amongst you thinks that this was a 10 on 10 budget or a 9 on 10 budget? Okay, between 7 to 8, 7 on 10. Below 6 on 10. Okay, so I think the average is it was a 7 on 10 budget. And I think another interesting thing, because the finance minister has realized that this generation is consuming a lot of information on the internet, the phone. So they have kept that in mind, and there are a lot of content creator labs, which is actually a new thing. So that, according to me, was an interesting fact. So here the House has spoken 7 to 8, 7 on 10, the budget. So thank you so much for being with us. And I also got to learn a lot from you. It's back to our studios. This was the Gen Next giving its thumbs up or thumbs down, the verdict on Budget 2026. Thank you for watching.
CNBC-TV18 Budget 2026, The Reform Rush.